Okay, picking up where we left off on page 112, we're talking about risk management and specifically risk management software. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if the system could immediately alert you when something happened, like when a critical path element is affected or a deadline is missed? You know, something like an alert. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if it could send a note to your pager saying, "Oh my God, you know, somebody made a change to the schedule and we're now 2 days behind." That kind of stuff exists. Microsoft Project, for example, particularly the server version, has all these kind of capabilities where multiple people can be feeding the system and you can be overseeing the whole thing and be getting alerts when things occur. It's fantastic. Because otherwise you'd have no choice but to what? You know, once a day you fire up Microsoft Project and see what's going on, and you know, maybe at lunchtime you go look at it again. Well, that's kind of dumb. Have the software be smart enough to let you know. You tell it, here's the conditions that I want to be alerted for, and it'll do it all for you. Pretty doggone cool. Okay, so on page 113 they talk about managing for success. And they talk about the business issues that could occur. You know, every system is designed to provide a solution to a business problem or opportunity. Now I've said that, and I've said that in several different times on several different videos, that these projects are designed to meet a valid business requirement. Okay. There's budget issues. Of course there's budget issues. You know, unrealistic estimates that are too optimistic or based upon incomplete data, yeah, that can be a problem. Failure to develop an accurate forecast that considers the cost of all the things, yeah. Poorly monitoring a project or slow response to an early warning. Yeah, remember I just talked about early warning system? Yeah. Schedule delays due to factors that were not foreseen. Human resource issues, including turnover, inadequate training, and motivation. So, scheduling issues. You know, problems with the timetable and the project milestones where you built them wrong. That'll cause problems. You know, you can indicate a failure, or you just won't be able to recognize a task that's required. There'll be something that's absolutely required to do, and it doesn't even appear on your schedule at all. Okay, so confusion between effort and progress. You know, I put an awful lot of effort into it, but so I'm 50% done. No, you may have put 50% effort into it, but I want to know if the task is 50% done. Just because you said it's going to take 40 man hours and you're spent 20, don't mark down that I'm 50% complete. Okay. Poor monitoring or controls, personality conflicts. Oh yeah, that's a big one. And you know, failure of an IT project can be caused by poor management techniques. Yep. If you're not a good manager, you're probably going to have a bad project. These projects don't run on their own. It takes a manager to kind of be on track. And to tell you the truth, you know, managers aren't born. You know, that you kind of grow into it. The first project you've ever been assigned, you're probably going to do horrible at, and then the next one you're going to say, okay, I got it now. I know exactly what's going on, and you're going to end up being a great project manager. The first one, maybe not quite so much. At least in my personal experience, I know I certainly flubbed a couple of them before I got it all straight. So the bottom line, page 114, that talks about project managers must be alert, you know, technically competent and highly resourceful. Yep. They also must be good communicators and have strong human resource skills. I go along with all that. When problems occur, the project manager's ability to handle the situation becomes the critical factor in success. I like that statement. That is pretty doggone cool. So as a project manager, you're also a problem solver. And hopefully you're leaning forward in the saddle and you can spot these things. Let me throw another metaphor. You can spot that iceberg way far away before the Titanic hits. Hey, if you like metaphors, you might as well keep going. Okay, so we're at the end of the chapter. The chapter summary starts on page 115. Let me just kind of go through it really quick to make sure we hit all the points. So project management is the process of planning, scheduling, monitoring, and reporting on the development of a project. Cool. A successful project must be completed on time, within budget, and deliver quality product that satisfies the user's needs. Yep. A project triangle shows three legs: the cost, scope, or quality, and time. The project manager must find the best balance among these three elements, because a change in any other two leg is going to affect the other. Okay. Planning, scheduling, and monitoring and reporting all take place within a larger development framework, which includes three steps: creating a WBS, identifying task patterns, and calculating the critical path. Those are the three things you have to do in that planning phase. Task patterns establish a sequence of the work. Once you've established the pattern, you know what has to occur before another thing. The critical path is a series of tasks that, if delayed, would affect the completion date of the overall project. The most critical piece that has to happen. The Gantt chart uses basically a horizontal bar. You can use PowerPoint. You can use, project. You can use, crayons. It's not relevant how you get there, but some sort of horizontal bar chart that represents the project schedule across time. That's essentially a Gantt chart. PERT chart shows a project as a network diagram, where individual boxes appear graphically. They can appear anywhere. There's no vertical framework that shows the time. There's no axis that goes up and down that says this box has to occur, across the top like a Gantt chart does. They can be anywhere, and so you're a little bit less constrained to show these relationships, fanning out and fanning in. Okay, so a network diagram is kind of what they look like, and so they call them network diagrams. And most project managers use powerful software such as Microsoft Project to plan, schedule, and monitor projects. I will tell you that if I was monitoring a big project that had, big is relative. Let's say I had a project that I was putting together that had 10 employees. I'd definitely be using Microsoft Project. There's no way I'm going to do that in my head and keep track of it all. No way. So there's a threshold by which I can kind of keep track of things all by myself. And there's a threshold where I go, I need a tool. Microsoft Project is good, but as I've warned you before, there's a slight investment in getting good at it. So buy a book. Okay, so that's the end of Chapter 3. See you guys in just a few for Chapter 4.